Welcome to Platinum Property Training's podcast, where we will be talking about business, money, and let's not forget the economy, real estate, and bringing in real inspirations. These are people that are doing some great things in our world. Like, share, add this to your playlist, and subscribe to keep track of our updates. Okay, you beautiful people, sit back, relax, let's listen, and let's get down to business. Okay, you're very, very welcome back to this podcast. And tonight, as always, I've got a special little cat in the building. This one is going to be a good one. And again, for us and for you guys listening in that maybe thrown kitchens like I have done in the past into the bin, well, maybe after listening to this episode, you mightn't throw that beautiful kitchen into the bin. In studio tonight, we have Philip McKinney and Maria McKinney in with us talking about Kitchen Respray and how you can bring kitchens right back to life without binning them. And then we're going to talk a little bit about business development and where you see the future of your company heading into. Mm-hmm. And we'll take it on from there. Philip, Maria, you're very welcome to Platinum Property Training.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Beautiful place here, I must say.
Yeah. Everyone does say that.
It's the real thing, isn't it? It's, when we walked in, we were like, oh, Jesus Christ, I don't know why they want to talk to me.
Absolutely. We definitely do, because what we're seeing out there in the property world, and probably for a lot of people that's pushing in here, a lot of people can't afford that big designer kitchen.
Yeah.
A lot of people are trying to maybe looking at the kitchen units and say, okay, well, look, we have to try and deal with what we have here. Mm-hmm. We might just put on a few units, a few doors. And then, of course, we had seen what you do.
Yeah.
We love what you do. We love the volume you do it in. Yeah. We love the style you have. We've actually talked to a couple of your customers too. They're very, very happy with what you do. So we decided, well, let's stop bidding them kitchens and let's get Philip over here and Maria and let's see what you actually do. Yeah. So Philip, a little bit about yourself and Marie and how the company started and where you are.
How it started, I in 2012 or so, 2010. Prior to that, I was in the tile business. When I sold the tile company, tile shop, and part of the deal was a non-compete clause, so I had to stay out of the tiling business for a couple of years. This was back in around 1999, and so I had to, get into another business. So I looked at it's an American franchise called Permaglaze, and I bought the master franchise for Ireland. And this was just when YouTube was kind of ding, 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 the dial-up network, and it was difficult to see things. And master franchising and franchising was in quite a different place than where it is now. Franchising was more, you were buying the knowledge, okay? So I looked at a couple of different businesses and decided on this particular resurfacing business, which I went to as soon as I saw it, I went to the States, got trained in and bought the business. The reason why I mentioned it's slightly different now with franchising is because, with YouTube and TikTok, everybody's showing you how to do the business.
Yeah.
And just to bring you back, I paid $76,000 for the master franchise.
Okay.
To gain the knowledge.
So a lot of money put out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, to gain the knowledge because we just couldn't figure out how to do it, or we didn't have the proprietary products or things like that. Whereas now it's very different. People go on to TikTok and learn how to do things. But so that's how essentially I got into the respraying business, and I just very much enjoyed it. I liked the physical aspect of spraying. I sprayed myself a lot. Very satisfying. Yeah. I like the business aspect of it. So we had the master franchise. We sold it. We had about a dozen franchises in Ireland at the time. Fast forward a couple of years, the Celtic Tiger came along. A lot of our franchises, while doing quite well, became bathroom renovators, became property developers, and all of a sudden they didn't want to be spraying baths for a couple of hundred a day. And we got dragged back into the tile business a couple of years later, and we got into the tiling in a much bigger way. And the resurfacing business went down to a kind of a hibernation level, didn't it? In fact, we had kind of
to zero.
Yeah, to zero. Yeah. We just kind of shelved it. And then the crash came, and we lost our arse. We were renting at the time. We couldn't come up with the rent. We were like, it was really, really bad, right?
Good times.
Yeah, good times. And I remember being in the kitchen in Roundwood, and I was like, Jesus, and the phone rang, and this voice at the end says, you respray baths. And I looked at Maria and went, yes, we do.
Bingo.
Yeah. And it all came flooding back. And because when I bought Permaglaze, it was a kind of recessionary time as well. And it thrived then. And we were moving into another recession. And then the phone came. And it just all seemed to make sense that we get back into the resurfacing business. So
that was the as Mark Fallon got the switch back in.
The switch back in, yeah.
Locked it back in.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah, because the tile businesses, we've got a couple of big tile companies in here in at the moment. It's a tricky business. You have a lot of stock you have to have.
Yeah, we were primarily fitting. We did have a retail aspect to the business, but it was mainly fitters. We had about 20 fitters.
Okay.
Fitting, we were doing car showrooms, swimming pools, and we were doing domestic stuff as well. But it was more of a service based business.
Yeah.
But like I say, it just closed overnight.
So again, my background would have been plumbing, heating, and building. So I would have chipped a lot of them enamel bats you're talking about.
Yeah.
And they were huge at the time because, and I think that's where you're heading with you. So you would have done all these real enamel on the bats and respray them.
Chip repair and plumbers calling us up. Can you come around and fix this? I used to have to sometimes park the van around the corner and
go back
sneak in with the tools and do the repair. So the customer wouldn't see that we repaired the shower.
Well, I have a mother-in-law now that could have any bat she wants, but she will not let that thing out of her bathroom.
Yeah.
We used to be smashing them things and sledgehammers trying to get them down the stairs. So you used to redo all them, have this back shining. Yeah,
and then we found that initially that was a means to an end to be able to pay the bills.
Yeah.
And myself and Maria went off in a van for 3 years respraying baths, and Maria would clean the bath and I'd spray it, and then we'd do the whole thing together. And we just found that, and we were always exploring this spraying aspect of things.
Yeah. And
we found that the ticket, the price, it was just small. It was like 2 baths a day for €500, and like we're selling time, essentially.
Yeah.
And we were just looking for something a bigger ticket sale. So we knew worktops could be sprayed. We knew everything could be sprayed. And at the time, years ago, when I bought the franchise, the technology for Kitchen Respray wasn't fully formed, I suppose. And since then, that was around 2012, we started looking into Kitchen Respray. And I was on the couch one time, and I jumped up, a eureka moment. I shouted to Maria, I managed to buy kitchenrespray.com, which wasn't a big deal because Kitchen Respray didn't actually exist. Do you know what I mean?
So the entrepreneur in you is looking at these domains and looking at different...
always,
you have a background somewhere in business development or franchise, and you're... Yeah,
well, with the franchise, so like the even taking the initial franchise from the beginning, the Permaglaze franchise, we changed the colours because it was quite Americanized. It was purple and gold and things like that, and we smoothed it out for the kind of European market, or the Irish market, should I say. So yeah, always developing and trying to figure out just like tiny little things like the colours and the way the wording and price points and the whole system, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So when we bought kitchenrespray.com, I was particularly delighted that to me it was like buying hotels.com, even though Kitchen Respray didn't exist, but I knew it would.
Yeah.
And in fact, I said to a friend of mine, I said, I'm after buying kitchenrespray.com, and he was like, so, and he actually said, you've had lots of great ideas, Phil, over the years, but this isn't a good one. Right? He actually said that. And, but we just felt that this was, going to be the next big thing. And we developed the system ourselves through blood, sweat and tears.
Few tears.
Just really
more tears than sweat.
Yeah. And we developed the system, and we got the system right. And then the economy was getting a little bit better, and we took on one of the guys that used to work for me years ago, and we employed him back. Built up from there to 4 or 5 guys and different premises, and we're now with 20 vans on the road.
Jesus Christ!
3 premises, and we do like 20, 30 kitchens a week.
Yeah. Holy shit!
Yeah. And
so that's
start them on a Monday, all finished by Saturday, like clockwork. We have my stepdaughter Lara, Maria's daughter. She manages all the guys, production manager. She has an assistant.
Why isn't she here?
She's
We need
she's
know.
working.
We need to keep them systems going.
Yeah.
So you,
But she's fantastic. It's like Tetris. Like she's just has a knack for it. Because we wake up on Monday morning, 2 kitchens are cancelled, or some person's dropping a kid off, and so she'll need to move the guys around and make sure everything fits in exactly. And the great thing about her is that she's like a proactive manager. So she'll look at a kitchen, and we'd normally say, get 1 tin of paint for that kitchen. She'll look at that and go, that might need another tin. She'll have the tin ready for your man on Friday, just in case. Instead of him calling us on Friday going, I can't finish this kitchen. And it goes into next week. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
So everything gets over the line. Like
it's the same with us with the houses. You think you have everything in order, and you know you've got a certain amount of stock picked. And I mean, if you've got, you know, say we've 2 or 3 projects on at the same time, and it's difficult to run because there's so many different things. But you've got like 25 to 30 every week.
We've 25 kitchens on at any one day.
Holy Jesus!
It's a lot of moving parts.
You have a lot of moving parts. So she's really good at what she does.
Very good, yeah. We've a great team though, like, you know, between the sales team. So we've like hundreds, but we've many groups, you know, change of plan groups, and this group and that group, Bray group, Arkler group.
You've got this really systemized now.
We have a very systemized, with the sales part systemized as well, production systemized, and it all kind of fits in together. You know?
So the feeling I'm getting before we head into this world of kitchen, because I love to talk a bit of business first, and then we can drift into it then. So you have obviously created all this noise. You've created what, you know, another little vision. You've seen that this is a gap where you wanted to get back into. It's worked well for you in the past. You branched off into something different, and then you went back to, lo and behold, the respraying or bringing stuff back to life. So Marie, what's your role? What's
today I deal with the money and the vans. So any problems with the cars, they come to me. So that is I could be all happy, and and the guy will call me. My van is not working. I'm in the M50. So like that's my job, and I keep the accounts tidy, I suppose.
Yeah,
pays all the bills
and payments coming in and payments going out, which is a major problem for a small SME business.
I just can't do that. Like Marie is just great. Like just loves paying everybody. You know?
I hope you don't pay them on time.
Well, I tried.
Yeah, lots of Christmas
I do my best.
Good stuff, because that's what makes it a good small business.
Yeah,
definitely. And sometimes, you know, I speak to a lot of people about businesses, and sometimes when they start to grow, they forget about the little small things in life, like dropping a present or dropping a card to your customers or, you know, whatever it is. And sometimes as men don't think of these things. That's how a successful business is built, from the small gifts or cards are really looking after the young people. So reason why we have you here today is we, and like many property people that are in our group and are in our wider network, well, we pull up to a property, we look at the kitchen, we look at the units, and I've tried to respray. I'm not respray. I've tried to paint these things. I painted a kitchen in my own house. I literally thought I was gonna. We nearly got divorced because it's not as easy as it sounds.
If it's any consolation, probably 4 of the 30 kitchens we do a week are hand-painted, homemade, or else from Facebook, €800 kitchens are, you know, redos.
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 Of ones that are done bad.
Ones that are done bad,
yeah. Because if you're a painter and you're maybe listening into this, it's not the same as just painting the kitchen or throwing a bit of paint on the wall. This thing is...
It's like going out to paint your car.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, instead of spraying it.
So for if you just step into our shoes as an investor for a second, if we walk into a property and say the worktop is gone, right? We know that they usually get wrecked, but the carcasses are normally fine.
Yeah,
and maybe them doors are old solid wooden doors.
Yeah,
talk me through how you can bring that back to life without spending, because you obviously know a kitchen nowadays.
Yeah,
they're not $2,000. They're going up. I
was in IKEA.
Yeah,
I was in IKEA recently, picking up something. In fairness, it was a nice kitchen. It was a 3-meter wall with an island and about 3 meters of just low desks. It was 26,000 fitted. We were looking for like $6,000 fitting, which I thought was quite a lot, but it was 26,000. Our tagline used to be 20% of the cost of replacing, which usually works out actually quite better. Every kitchen's different, right? But just touching on the worktops there, is we have like many solutions for the worktops. We put in a joinery part of the business recently.
Okay.
So we can fully change the worktop.
Yeah.
We can do a little bit of customizing, all awkward stuff that nobody wants to do. Like we can take out an old cooker hood and bend the cornice around, ready for a modern style cooker hood, or we can turn an old press into a bin, and this kind of awkward fiddly stuff. Yeah. But that aside, and then change handles and hinges and stuff like that, spray the doors, obviously spray the frame. But the worktop, we can change that as the worst case scenario. Our most popular is actually spraying it. We have it's like a liquid granite. Unbelievable. It's super stuff. It's an American company. Dealing with them about 8 years. Really good company. Big turnover company. And really good product. We, about 8 years ago, we started. We were kind of nervous after starting at first, spraying worktops. Is it going to work? Because we're not going to get our calls until about a year later. Yeah. When they start to fail. Yeah. Nothing happened. 5 years later, like 8 years later, we genuinely don't have one comeback. Like we don't have one customer on the back. We get damages from time to time, and then we can spray the worktop, and then we can spray the tiles. Right. So we can take your kitchen, spray the frame, carcass, worktop, and tiles, bring it all to kind of 2 colors, consolidate it, and we're in and out for $2,500, including that.
So just talk me through that process again, so people are clear. Because again, I've seen loads of different companies do loads of different things. You actually land to my house in the morning. Yeah. And my wife wants to get the kitchen resprayed. Yeah. And just talk me through the process of what actually happens. You take everything out of here?
Yeah. So our standard kitchen would be like say €2,000 kitchen. Yeah. Arrive to your house on Monday morning.
Which is very affordable to get done.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Three day kitchen, $2,000. We arrive at your house Monday morning. The guy's only there for about an hour and a half, taking off the doors, then he's gone. So you know that no downtime there. He works on the doors on Monday and Tuesday. If the carcass needs a little bit of extra work, he'll come back to the house on Tuesday afternoon and start the prep of the frame. But on Wednesday, he'll definitely turn up, spray the frame, fit the doors. We're done.
So where's all this take place? In the house?
We spray the frame in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we spray the doors in one of our workshops.
And same guy, or is it
same
different?
Guy, yeah.
Same guy looks after the whole kitchen.
100%, yeah.
So if Philip comes in, it's Philip that takes my job from start to finish.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, and then alterations in the kitchen, then you have a different crew come over, tidy it all up.
Yeah, we have a whole separate department for it's called Kitchen Facelift, which is probably the fastest growing part of the business, where we're doing, like I say, all the things that nobody else will do. Kitchen companies, they just want to pull out the kitchen, take out boxes, put in boxes. We're doing really fiddly stuff.
Yeah. Because if someone's getting it done, they want to get all the shit done at the same time.
Yeah, like today, only a couple of hours ago, we had a couple in, and we're doing some stuff. We're taking out the old cooker hood. We're putting in a larder, changing the handles, the hinges, the few bits and pieces, and we're adding a kind of a feature, to some of the gables, kickboards as well. Yeah, absolutely. And she is like €6,000.
Okay.
Her face beamed when I told her $5,995. The closest price they had was $24,000 to change, which would have essentially been the same. The thing about kitchens, all the kitchens that we see were designed very, very well 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And I think at the beginning you mentioned designer kitchens. A lot of the kitchens that we do are $30,000 plus kitchens that we're just revamping because you'd be nuts to throw it out.
Yeah, it's mad because one of my own private mentors in property, I was looking at his kitchen. Yeah, which was over there. He's a huge house, and he was telling me the price at the time when he did buy it. Yeah, he said, "Paul, but you don't understand. That kitchen will last here for 2 generations. Yeah, it's I bought it and I paid that money because I know what I can do it, and I can change. And I've changed that kitchen about 10 times, as in the color and the way whatever mood he's in, he might respray it. Yeah. So obviously, for your average person and for an investor, most importantly too, if we want to go in and we want to get around the corner of, okay, we don't want to spend 8 or 10 grand on a new kitchen nowadays. It's fairly okay. Yeah. We're going to put that money into maybe bring the energy rating of the property up. Yeah. You get in on a Monday morning and a Wednesday morning, I've got a brand new kitchen. Yeah. Finished.
Yeah. Well, Wednesday evening. That's it done. Yeah. If we're spraying the worktop and tiles, it's an extra day. We come in after the kitchen. We spray the worktop on the tiles, which is a real problem solver. Yeah. Because you had no plumbing around the sink, ground the hob, like, and,
Electricity. Electricity.
Yeah, so you've no issues there, and we're up onto the tiles, so you're not breaking off tiles. But you know everything associated with all that.
I absolutely do, because I also know as well, and no disrespect, I won't name any of the companies, but there is companies out there will sell you a kitchen, no problem.
Yeah.
And you could be a month getting that last door. That kitchen just won't end. Yeah. And you're back. And, I'd often say to Tara as well, she'd go, just collect the order. And I'd say, they're sending me to Santry. They're sending me back to the Fingers. Yeah. I'm going to Cabra. I'm fucking really annoyed now. Yeah, and like the kitchen just won't end.
Yes.
And I don't know about the ones that are probably being made nowadays, probably won't be as good to paint.
No, they won't be as good, no. Yeah. No, I mean, a lot of the kitchens we spray are solid wood kitchens, which you can hardly buy these days. But like super expensive kitchens can be MDF, sprayed MDF, as well. MDF's not a bad word. It's a really, as you know, it's a super substrate to spray onto as well.
So lead comes in.
Yeah.
How does that get managed from a business point of view?
It's wham bam. Like we have to, like I say, you have 30 kitchens lined up, name, address, color picked, everything booked, and then there's keys onto the mat. Neighbor's going to let you in. Associated problems or specifics to that particular kitchen. The way it works, lead comes in. Generally, it's it comes in through one of our funnels via. So, for example, a couple of photos arrive in my WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's usually clicked from, say, a Facebook lead or Instagram lead or a Google Ads lead. They get an automated response from us with the thank you for your business, this kind of thing, and to our link tree.
Yeah.
We find the link tree very, very good. You just see all our brochures, download our brochures, link to all our social media stuff. That just, if they wanted to research, they can research everything on that.
Which is really, really important, I think, in this day and age.
Yeah, for the research, for sure. Then I have, we use WhatsApp Business, so everything's templated. I just click 3-day kitchen, boom, send it back. They get a full quote with links, all the information they need.
Brochures and everything.
Brochures attached to everything within a couple of minutes. Then if we're doing a special, I'll send them a nice PDF, special to the end of the month. Then we also might send them a video, just a little bit of information about the paint.
Yeah.
This is something that we've just got into recently to promote it. We're just back from Italy. We've tweaked our paint, especially for the franchise end of the business. We've tweaked our paint specifically for the Irish market, for the conditions. And
the beautiful weather we have.
For the weather, for everything, yeah. And specifically tweaked for kitchen respray as opposed to factory spray.
Yeah. For
on-site and off-site. The paint that we use, so the video that, just to digress from the sales process, we send them that video, and the video is called "It's All About the Paint." And what we're trying to do is just, because it's difficult, to explain to people that it is all about the paint. Everything looks great on Facebook.
Yeah.
And we have showrooms. We're the only company that actually have showrooms as well. But when they come in, they can see the silky feel. And you can really see it. People go, oh Jesus.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're sold, but it's not that easy to get that paint that perfect onto a substrate.
Yeah.
That's what we do. We do charge a little bit more for it. But
because I have seen and I've paid for some terrible kitchen resprays.
Yeah.
And that's why I think was a really interest for us to get you over, because your reviews are unbelievable. So
yeah, thanks. Yeah. So then the person, more often than not, we send them a number of texts when we go for the close. We just tell them the dates that we have available.
Yep.
And we just say, do you want to book it in? And it's either a yes or a no. On to the next. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah. So you've got all them flows coming in.
Yeah.
You've got your coordinator doing all the logistics and moving everything around and getting painted into vans and ready to go.
Yeah.
You're hardly running this all out of like a little small office. You obviously have for 25 vans on the road.
Oh yeah,
you obviously have some sort of
We've 3 premises. We've 2 small units in Bray next door to each other. That's only maybe like 1,500 square feet.
Yep.
Two spray booths in there, small showroom. We can get about 6 or 7 vans there. We're not renewing the lease on our Arklow branch because we've taken an extra unit in Kylemore.
Yep.
And we felt that the Arklow branch, we just didn't get to visit it enough, to be honest. And we want to just consolidate on the quality and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So our Kylemore branch is about 6,000 square feet. We've 6 or 7 spray booths in there. And I say 6 or 7 because some of them double up as prep rooms.
Yeah.
Because we ventilate everything. and a mixing room. We have tin crushers, and we recycle our own thinners as well, all that kind of stuff. And the unit next door came available as well that actually opens up into it. So, and in that space, there was showroom space and offices upstairs. So we've consolidated the whole thing to Kynemore Road.
Okay, lovely stuff.
So, yeah, there is an issue. Everybody can't be there at the same time.
Yeah, because you've got too many. So
if everyone hates us, we're vans everywhere. It's like swarming.
Well, I was telling you there before we went live that I got a text on the phone saying Kitchen Respray man just passed me. So we'll probably start to see them everywhere.
Yeah, it's like that.
So again, what else can you do? What else can you wardrobes?
Yeah, well, we've been talking about kitchenrespray.com, and I purposely chose kitchenrespray.com as the name to push forward as our main brand. But in fact, the company is called All Surface Respray.
Okay.
And Kitchen Respray is a department of All Surface Respray. So we have All Surface Respray at the top. Kitchen Respray, obviously the busiest department, but for sure, we have All Surface Respray, Kitchen Respray, and then bath respray, furniture respray, worktop respray, PVC respray, and they're all independent websites, and all of the same,
all under the one brand.
All the same imagery and stuff like that. But separate sites, separate lead centers, separate everything, separate brochures for them, because we just felt, because we are experts in each branch for sure.
Yeah.
And we've different guys for different things. But if you put it all under one name, you kind of look like a jack of all trades but master of none.
Yeah.
So when people type in bath respray, people type in bath resurfacing, or you Google anything to do with baths, bathresspray.com, which is our site, will come up.
Yep.
Also All Surface Respray, but Kitchen Respray won't.
Okay.
But we've spent years teasing all that. That's all internet real estate that we've been cultivating for 10 years.
Trying to get
non-stop, and then buying, like, we have 40, 50 different domains,
So again, the Kitchen Respray is your main business, but you also, so if someone has a big lump gone out of the corner of their bath, if someone, you will look after anything that has to be redone or fixed.
Yes, and PVC respray in the spring and the summertime is super popular. We respray PVC doors. Front door of your house or windows.
Well, it's very interesting now because we've just we've just bought one in Kynemore. No, sorry, not Kynemore. Literally at the back of Kynemore, which is Ballyfermot.
Yeah.
And beautiful, grand. It will be a beautiful house. It's a bit of a hellhole, but windows are perfect. Yeah. The only problem that I have with them is they're bloody brown.
Yeah.
So just talk me through that process, because I see this everywhere now, and I think when our uncle COVID kicked in, and everyone went to the hardware. Next thing I seen people painting their windows, and I was like, "What the fuck are they doing?" They're taping up bits of the window and then spraying it. And then our uncle YouTube is a great man for telling you how to half do things.
Yeah.
So you actually do respray of all PVC stuff too?
We have a separate department for PVC. We have particular guys for particular jobs. They can double up as kitchen guys as well, but in the summer they're nearly doing PVC full time. It's scaffolding. We mask off. It's a similar process. We clean it down, we mask it off, we spray it, and that's it. Yeah. But there is zero issues with this. The paint that we have, it's different to the kitchen paint. It chemically bonds it into the actual PVC, into the substrate. Yeah. So there's no issues with peeling or anything like that.
Okay. Great, so again, I'm just you're triggering loads of stuff in my brain here, which always happens when I do podcasts. We another property that we're selling, which is very, very expensive, but there's white windows in the front of it.
Yeah.
Windows were fine. There's 3 windows in these. They're about a meter and a half by a meter and a half, say.
Yeah.
Front doors brand spanking new. Yeah. Windows were only in within a couple of years, but they're white.
And we get a lot. So you get an anthracite door.
Yeah.
And then we spray the windows to match.
Okay, so say well, I'm just about to put this on the open market.
Yeah.
And there's probably loads of other people that can't afford new windows again. That's why I think it's so good, because you're actually uplifting the kitchen, you're uplifting the wardrobe, you're uplifting a brand new set of windows. Yeah. Let's just say that on them 3 windows that I wanted to book in a job. Yeah. How long does something like that take?
A day. Maybe 2 days, depending, but a day to 2, a day or 2 days. It's fairly fast turnaround.
Fairly depending, fast. And then obviously that's weather permitting compared to kitchens aren't.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, that's why I don't really the PVC end of the business could be it could be 5 times the size it is now. I don't want to get reliant on that, because when winter comes,
It's like being a bricklayer.
when winter comes, then it takes from our business, and we might overextend ourselves with guys doing PVC, and then when the weather's bad, it just we use it as a gap filler, I suppose, don't we?
Yeah. And summer, yeah. And also because the guys, they like to work outside sometimes.
Yeah.
When the weather is nice.
So Maria, how much would that cost me to do them windows? If say I wanted to get them done. So I've got like 1, 2, and I know there's probably plenty of people going that are looking in here going, did he just say he can redo the windows?
Yeah, about 1,200.
Bring them. 1,200.
Yeah, that kind of money, including that. Yeah,
that's
it's not
done,
big spend,
finished, brand new set of windows.
Yeah, a front door. Let's say you did the opposite. Let's say you change the windows and you want, and because the doors can cost 6-7 grand, can't they?
Yeah, that particular door that's down there is about. It would have cost me. You wouldn't get much change of 3 grand.
Yeah,
solid.
Yeah, solid. Yeah. So we'll spray a door. Let's say you changed the windows and you kept the door because it was a good quality door. We spray the door for $4.95 to $5.95. That's in and out in a day.
Completely done.
Yeah.
Okay, and same again. That paint you're using there is bulletproof.
Yeah. It's a super paint. I mean, it's only it's still a paint.
Yeah.
Because not actually bulletproof.
Yeah. So for the folks listening in Tala, it's not bulletproof, although we are in Tala. Yeah. But again, you can transform a house really, really fast.
Yeah, super. Yeah.
We've just set up a new division here for flipping properties. So we buy rundown properties, we do them up.
Yes.
And what we're starting to see now is spreadsheets are coming back. And as Marie would know about finances because she's controlling them, I'm being told, here, stop.
Yeah.
Sorry. Because this is getting out of hand now. Yeah. We have to find different ways.
Yeah.
We've got to say I would want a cream window in there, but I've got a cert off the window. They're only put in 2 years ago.
Yes.
And I still want to chase that feel.
But curbside appeal, when people drive by and they see like the windows here, that they see the 7016 anthracite, they just feel new windows, new door. Again, when they come into the kitchen, if the kitchen's shabby, they're automatically thinking 20K to change it. But if it's resprayed, so I mean, we do a lot for property consultants as well. Yeah. Estate agents, sorry, should I say? So it's a real problem solver, like in and out. Yeah, because the main thing, obviously, selling the property, you've got a kitchen and bathroom, and you have to have good, obviously, heating systems. Yeah. But I mean, the bathroom is we do internal doors.
Internal doors.
Yeah, we have one of the spray booths has an overhead system where kind of like a dry cleaners where we hang them up and spray both sides. We flip them around.
So if someone's listening into this and wants to get it, because I know we started about kitchens and then we covered that really quickly. But I mean, now you're covering like you can do anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So where can someone? Do you have an actual website where people can log in and see these different things to say, well, that's what I want to get done? Yeah,
I mean, our main website, allsurfacespray.com, that'll show you all the various different departments that we have, all the different trades, I suppose. But like I said, I purposely picked kitchenrespray.com, not only because it's the busiest part, but it's just so simple to understand. It's just kitchen respray.
Yeah. Whereas this is what it says in the tip.
You could be looking at my vans for years with all surface respray and you wouldn't know what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why it was a marketing ploy.
Yeah. And again, then for people listening in, where are you just solely based in Dublin, or where do you operate?
Yeah, we are Leinster. We find ourselves in Dublin most of the time. This new nationwide thing is something that we've added to the we own Kitchen Respray. We own nationwide kitchenrespray.com as well.
Yeah.
And then if you log on to our website, either nationwidekitchenrespray.com or kitchenrespray.com, you'll see a map of Ireland.
Yeah.
Click into the county, say Galway. We own kitchenrespraygalway.com, kitchenrespraycork.com. We own every county.
You're getting ready to do something big here.
Yeah, we're going to franchise each territory.
Okay.
And it's all set up. It's all ready to go. So if you say, for example, you're moving to Cork in the morning and you're looking to get into the respray business, we'll sell you a franchise, and on your van it'll be kitchenrespraycork.com. We'll manage the site, we'll manage the social media, we'll manage the leads, we'll curate everything. It's like any franchise. It's your business, of course, we'll do as much as we can to develop the business. But with the Kitchen Respray name, with the registered trademark, it definitely adds, value to
I'd imagine, I know Dublin is doing really well for you at the moment.
Yeah.
But I'd imagine if you start to go towards Wexford,
where
there mightn't be as much money as Dublin.
Yeah.
There's plenty of money there. But I mean, people will probably get kitchens done much more, like a lot. It could have been there pal tried to do it before for them,
Yeah.
you know, and you know, if you tap into that at your level, it could really, like, I mean, massively take off.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And just
doing 100 kitchens a week, easy.
Yeah. So just tell me a little bit about the franchise side of things. Is that you this is something you're actively getting ready to do?
We're at the bend of a knee. We're ready to go on it. I've been working on it. We want to make sure our own house is in order as regards the finishing off the Kylemore factory and consolidating, getting everything right. We're working with our suppliers like the worktop spray, and we're working at them getting a home branding product on our thing. We wanted to get the tweaking on the paint correct, so we're just fine tuning it, ready to launch, I suppose.
Ready to launch.
Yeah. And we're just kind of just too busy at the moment to get I won't say it's not a back burner project. We're definitely working on it. You know yourself. I'm going to work on this today, and then the phone rings. You know, something happens. So once we do it, we'll take on a full-time franchise developer, and we'll
do it properly.
Yeah.
Just on that, then again, so you're knocking out about 30 kitchens per week, average. So how do you feel going to 300 kitchens per week?
But via the franchise system.
Well, that's really what's going to happen, isn't it?
Yeah, but they'll be independent. They'll be their kitchens.
Yeah,
you know, and the way that I'd sell the franchise would be that, like, we're doing 30 kitchens a week. If you were looking at the business and you're saying, "Oh, Philip, I don't know, but in business for myself," you want to do 2 kitchens a week yourself.
Yeah,
you know, so like, you know, two kitchens to for your own business to manage, you'll be booked out all the time. So obviously it's sales, and you know, at the very top. With our name and with the system that we have, being able to book yourself 2 kitchens all the time. Just solves all the problems. All the figures flow from there. You know, a franchise should be able to make, you know, from 60 to 80K after all expenses if they run our system properly.
Okay, and then probably a little bit of a cheeky question here, but we have a lot of high net worth individuals that watch in here.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of maybe aligning with, you know, giving a little bit of sweat equity over there to someone, maybe for a little cash injection into something like that? Have you ever thought about anything like that?
Yeah, we definitely have. Yeah, we have.
Or is that something you're looking for?
Yeah, I mean, always for sale. You know, I'm a businessman,
absolutely.
For sure. Always for sale, and now we feel that we have developed a business up to the point where it's an attractive asset, either for there's lots of ways to skin the cat. We're currently thinking about ring fencing the franchise end of the business and separating that and maybe getting some investment to develop that fast. Because, I mean, look, we can develop it ourselves. Yeah. I'm 56.
Yeah.
We can develop it ourselves slowly and painfully, and then by the time I'm 70, we'll have it, you know, fully built, and then I'll die.
Yeah.
Or
we'll paint your coffee, we'll respray your coffee.
We get some interested party to put £500,000 in, and when we hit we go on the road show, and we start selling it. But with kitchenrespray.com, like, I really would like to extend it further than Ireland, because, I mean, there's no kitchenrespray.com will work in America.
Yeah.
It's like hotels.com. Like, we're the top domain name.
Yeah.
We could have 400 franchises in America, easy. And we could get gobbled up by one of the bigger franchise companies then, you know, as an exit strategy.
It's mad how I had a conversation today with a really, 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 really successful business person. Yeah. I won't mention his name, but I'm sure you'll be listening into this. Yeah. I'll drop his name, he'll drop me. Very successful and loves to create systems, loves to see a business where he can see it grow.
Yeah.
And he told me clearly today, he said, you know, a business that is operating and is able to say 30 kitchens a week, you clearly have out working. It's coming in, it's systemized, it's working. He said, Paul, I need now to see someone that has something working, and then ask them, what's it going to be like when we go to 300 here a week? Yeah. And if they sort of step back and go, oh, that's where he taps in. And he said all of the problems will come from 1 to 10 staff. You start to go, like, he operated 950 staff.
Really, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this happened very quickly.
Which is easier than 30, in my opinion.
Much easier. Yeah. It's the
same
problem.
We're in a very awkward stage at the moment.
Yeah. Well, you're talking about, you talked about America, which is steps you back in the seat, which is crucial, because you could go to 30,000 kitchens a week.
Yeah.
Which is where if we talk it at that scale.
And we sell, because I was doing a bit of research today. I was listening to that chap, Ross, the sales chap,
Ross Ladder.
Yeah, super.
He's super,
super, super cool talker. I was mesmerized listening to his tactics and everything. It was very good.
Closer.
Closer. Yeah. But we're like that. Like we're all about nobody gets out alive when they come into the showroom.
Have to.
They are just booked, But I lost my train of thought there about so what we're selling. Okay, actually, another thing that we didn't touch on was the sustainability of this. I feel that if we developed Kitchen Respray to be attractive enough to a private equity firm, that it would be a good buy, because it would be in the circular economy. There's a 97% carbon footprint saving by respraying a kitchen than changing it.
Yep.
Certain private equity companies have to have certain companies on their books, I suppose, that are ticking boxes as regards sustainability. So there's that whole sustainability element of the business. I don't find it's a big sell when you're actually closing a kitchen to Mrs. Jones.
Yeah,
they're not overly interested, but on a bigger scale, where you're selling an idea of sustainability, it's good to have that behind the company.
Yeah.
But if you look at any of our marketing, we don't have pictures of kitchens. We have pictures of 20 vans.
Yeah.
So people are buying. So they're not buying the doors for us. They're buying the whole system. The fact that we do what we do it well, and we must be good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we don't put up pictures of befores. Well, we do. We do lots of before and after videos and stuff like that. But general marketing.
But that's the way the world.
We're selling the image.
Yeah, that's the way TikTok has taken us now. Is here's a bathroom. Now I'm going to teach you how to do it. And that takes that. I mean, you're nearly giving your business ideas away as such. I mean, if you can say, here's what we do and here's how we do it. Yeah. But I mean, I think TikTok now is given that, and YouTube can be a little bit open to this too. Yeah. We tell people exactly how to get themselves up onto the property ladder.
Thank you.
We're not going to tell you every single step until you come in and pay us something.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's
for sure.
That's the way the world works, and closers have to learn how to close out a sale, or else there'll be no point in having a sales process. Again, have you ever tapped towards the council, or have you?
Yeah.
Have you ever tapped?
Yeah, I did. I did a great presentation for the council where we offered a super service. We talked them through the whole process. When it was the time when they were under pressure to deliver houses very fast, we delivered the solution to them. We also offered them an auditable system where we would actually try and count the carbon savings that for every kitchen they did. That we would be able to give it back to them. So at the end of the year, somebody could put something up on a desk and say, well, I saved 11 tons of carbon or whatever through this, But we just couldn't get it.
It's sin because I obviously, now the councils are buying up properties off landlords with the tenants in there. Yeah. And one fresh from last week, I know a nice house, beautiful house in Tallaght, spending probably the guts of 450 grand on it. And the tenant told us, so I was up there chatting to him. And he said about the kitchen, fine kitchen in there. They're not like 100 years old, these kitchens. Yeah. It's a fine kitchen. Yeah. And he told me, don't worry about it. The council are going to replace that whole kitchen. Yeah. I was thinking, how the fuck? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, what a waste of money, because that's not going to be a couple of grand kitchen. Yeah. That's going to be maybe a 10 grand out of that budget kitchen. Yeah. It was a frustrating process, to be honest, because we really felt that this was a real solution provider, and we just couldn't get it up off the ground. I don't know why. Actually, sure if you should put this in the we can cut a few things out. Cut this out, but I got a call from, I would even say, one of the ministers at the time, and he said that this is a great solution provider. This is really good. It's just that I can't be seen to promote this particular business because I don't have, it would seem too favorable. Yeah. Even though I don't know them from Adam, and we have the solution. Yeah, we got it here too. Like, that's what's wrong in our country. As soon as I heard that, I went, that's just not the kind of pool I want to be swimming in. So I just went back to, I just didn't want to deal with that kind of awkwardness. But again, business, if properties are getting upgraded if properties are getting upgraded nationwide, I mean, there's definitely 150%, 1,000,000% that there's a portion of them kitchens should not be binned. A very large proportion. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah.
definitely an avenue playing around there.
Or even, sorry, if it wasn't just a simple kitchen respray, a little bit of tweaking.
Yeah.
But we could still save, like, instead of saving 80%, we could probably save 60 or 70 or 50, 60, 70%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So again, when we're coming towards the end,
Yeah.
what type of setbacks or challenges are you facing at the moment? Is staffing? And
Staffing? No, we're good on staffing. And we've always had quite a good philosophy on the staff. We like to take guys, say, that wouldn't necessarily have seen themselves in the position that we can bring them to. They might be, working, cleaning out bins, or doing, or have working in a bakery at 4 a.m, or like, we've had guys from all sorts of different awkward jobs, or security, difficult jobs on small money. We take that guy, we bring them in, we fully train them, we give them a van, we give them fully expensed, we treat them like adults, we pay them well, and we elevate them.
Brilliant.
And all of a sudden they're at home, we high-fiving their wife a year and a half later, saying, "Can you believe I'm making 40 grand a year?" And they're not treating me like shit.
And they're enjoying it.
Yeah. And so we have long staff retention for that, because with the elevation, all boats rise, and we like that. And it's very, like, I'm more the business end, Maria's more the humanitarian end, but like a few of our staff have bought houses over the years. And we just like that is, it's very satisfying.
Yeah.
To see guys buying, and they buy cars, they put pictures of their new cars, they buy cars, they put it up on Instagram, or on the group. And like, we look for ways to try and get more money into the hands of our staff by giving them mileage, or the overtime, or whatever we can do. The very best way you can actually pay people. Just to get more money for them.
Absolutely, the more happier they are.
I mean, they're our assets.
And then probably finish this as well. Like, congratulations as well, because you obviously have a lot of weight in your shoulders too. I mean, you have probably 25 or 30 mouths to feed per week.
Per week, yes.
That's not easy.
Every Wednesday night we sit at the island and do the wages.
That is not easy.
No, it's not easy.
And the business isn't cash in, cash out. Obviously, it's not.
But we're an awkward stage, like, we're 2-3 million euro company, which is, like you say, very tricky. 500,000-600,000 euro company is easy enough. Maybe up to 1 million, and then 10 million company is probably easier again. So we're at that.
And have you both at this? Maybe you'll probably say that. She asked me this question. Yeah. Have you both got it in you now to take that to 10 million pound company if you got the investment?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. With a good exit strategy, we definitely want to exit from in fact, the development of the business. We've always had an exit strategy in mind. I never made myself the face of the business or the key man in the business. If I was to drop dead in the morning, I'd like to think that the systems that we have in place, the marketing that we have in place, the image of the company, like, I don't exist. Yeah. Which I always think that came from franchising, I suppose. I never wanted to be a key man in the business, and I think that ultimately adds value to an investor, where they're not buying the guy, they're buying the business. Yeah,
because that's a big problem. Yeah. A lot of people are, especially if I'm looking in at a different business as well, and I'd say, well, if I just extract him out, that thing's dead.
It's dead, yeah.
The same with Platinum here. If we just took me out and I wasn't doing it, well, it's just not worth. How do you can't value that where your business can be clearly valued?
Yeah.
You have a really, really interesting story. I really enjoyed it. I knew when this came in, we weren't just going to be talking, we're just painting the kitchen. As we always do, we just dig deep into the business. What you've done tonight as well, you've also helped young entrepreneurs. So you're definitely 100%. I can feel the entrepreneur oozing from you every minute. But you've also helped young entrepreneurs as well, listen in and see that you can physically scale it, and you're open to a bit of investment.
No degree to fall back on. We can't open the veterinary clinic anymore. No. It's just grit, like, we just
passion, I suppose.
Passion and grit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like, I follow all these guys on Instagram, and the entrepreneur guys, and the boiler room seller guys, and your man Alex Hermosi, all these people. And but if you distill all that down, it just boils down to just hard grit, really, at the end of the day. Like, it's not. There's no magic potion, really, is there?
Would you guys have any? What would your final thoughts be to anyone that may be thinking as a couple to set up a business together? You obviously I'm the same. My wife is heavily involved in all our companies. What would you?
I think
Would you have any advice for anyone?
if it doesn't happen naturally,
No, I think if you have a clear vision where you want to go, and both of you had the same direction, it's very helpful. Like you're not gonna be fights. You need to be clear, set your goal, and you walk together that path, and that's it.
And decompartmentalize the things. Like I always joke, like Maria looks after her things and I look after mine. Of course we cross, but it's not a contentious issue, but I always crack the joke that if I saw one of the vans broken down on the M50, I'd phone Maria, one of your vans is broken down. Because I'm going to do a sale. I'm decide, delegate, disappear. Since I've learned to delegate over the last couple of years, we've really, grown.
So you're fond of staying in your own lane.
Yes.
Let people do their thing.
I think it's important to have your role, and of course we help each other. If I have to do sales because Philip or one of the girls is sick, I'll go and do that.
Yeah.
But I don't interfere in anything has to do with his role, and I just stick on my lane and I help.
Or the planning of the kitchen, like if I change something on the calendar for the guys, like I will get a snotty text off Lara, like I'll be so. I just flip things onto her now, and it works really well because it's not just the one change in the calendar that's connected to 5 or 6 other things that she knows about that I don't.
Yeah.
So, like I say, we stay in our lane. We really collaborate, of course.
Well done. Absolutely delighted. Now we'll finish on this one because I could literally talk to both of you all night. What does exit look like for both of you? Have you talked about that? You have killed yourself to take these things up. Yeah. A lot of people have to, and if you ask someone about their vision plan, they're like, "Yeah, well, when I get to here, I'll talk about that." I'm not talking about now. At the moment, this is what we're doing. Yeah. I mean, you guys, you're saying you're 56.
56, yeah, I know.
You're 23.
Oh, thank you.
24. Have you talked about what it may look like if this thing did really take off and you did take it?
Yeah, I mean, there'd be different. Exit to us could be exit in a financial way for us to be financially secure.
Yeah.
That would be our exit, but we could still be very much involved in the business.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I suppose when people talk about, what's the perfect situation would be to not have to work.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we had all our ducks in a row and we had a good payday and got everything covered, we love the business, or we'd love to develop another business or stay in this business.
Yeah.
So an exit would be a personal financial exit, not necessarily a business exit. Like I wouldn't. I jump out of bed at 5 a.m. like a ninja.
Yeah.
To do my business, like any amount of money in the bank.
It's still not going to happen.
Yeah. It's not about the money. It's about the development of the business. We'd love, perfect situation. Somebody comes in, sorts us out personally, financially, and we have a blank checkbook to develop the business worldwide. That would be my heaven.
Yeah.
Because I really think that kitchenrespray.com it could be a worldwide company. There's absolutely no reason why kitchenrespray.com couldn't be sponsoring like Britain's Got Talent, or it could be a big company.
You both have a clear vision where this thing is going, so it's a case now of
it's just we have the system. It's just a case of duplication.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Thanks.
Well, look, I really, really enjoyed having the two of you in tonight, and hopefully this is only the start of something big.
Likewise.
What we're going to do now is we'll hand out all your information to everyone that follows
Super,
in.
Yeah.
If people log in, I'm sure our offices will connect with you guys. We might ask you for a couple of videos to go on the back end of this,
Sure.
just a couple of little pictures of your vans, or maybe a couple of kitchens, or whatever it is. And most important thing to try and take out tonight is, if your wife or your husband comes in and say, let's bin that kitchen. And the crazy thing about it here is I've sat with people that have €18,000 credit union loans for kitchens.
Yeah.
Think about it. Just stop and think about it, and maybe have a little proper look at can you salvage that kitchen and bring it back to life again for another 10 years without having this massive big debt hanging over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Guys, really enjoyed you having you in. Thanks a million for popping into Plant and Property Training.
Great. Thanks for having us. Yeah.
No problem.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, thanks for watching in, and thanks for listening in to Philip and Maria from Kitchen Respray. Really, really interesting podcast tonight. Listen back to this, take notes, and connect with the guys from Kitchen Respray. Chat to you all very soon.